What's going on, drivers? Welcome to another run here on ATS. Today, hauling a 20-foot 3-axle container truck. I made a couple of changes, and I'm going to talk about some other changes I've made. I had to make the changes. It wasn't by choice, so I'll fill you in on some of that. Right off the bat, you might notice I did shorten the chassis. I had the extended long chassis on there, and as much as it might have looked nice, it was just a pain in the ass, really. It made the truck too damn long, especially if I had a long trailer, a 53 foot. So, just went with the regular chassis as if they took the sleeper off of it, and that was it. So, gonna roll with that one, and that's it as far as changes there. Got an 18-speed Eaton Fuller in here now, but I didn't find the right one. I picked the one I thought was the correct one, and it turns out it's not. And so I've got to get some extra cash going here so I can go ahead and change it out and get a different one. The gearing on this one is just too close, too narrow, too low in my opinion. If I go to Nevada, I'm pretty much topped out at like 65, 70 miles an hour. So, not cool. Once I am able to change that out, though, I will definitely be doing that. So let's get inside the truck here, and let's take a look at where we're going. Job is carrying rice at 29,500, and we're heading to Oxnard to the FedEx location. So right now I am in Fresno at Walmart. Isn't going to be too long of a run here. I got 10 hours to do the job. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and I've got 4 hours. They're expecting me within 4 hours, if not more than that. So plenty of time. I've got plenty of fuel. I'm good on sleep, so I can go ahead and get going here, and I can fill you in on what was going on. And I'm going to try to, and I've never done it before, I'm going to try to split in a video here as I start to, once I get out of here and I start discussing what happened. I've never, interlaced or whatever a different video into this video, so let alone even a photo. So we'll see how that's going to work, but I'll see. Here we go. I'm gonna have to fix this. Alright, welcome back. Yep. Oh, Jesus, here it goes again. I might as well lock it in now. Not a good start to this episode here. I might have too many lights on here in the room that I'm at, and actually that caused me to take the wrong damn turn. Well, I'll just hang a Yui here. Not a good start. Not a good start at all. Okay, so I can fill you in on what happened. After I did the road grader video, there was a comment as well, followed up by a couple others that said, I need to use a tri-axle, a drop axle, to haul heavy equipment like that. And although they are correct, it's not something at the time I considered putting on the truck. Since then, I did put it on the truck. And I was actually recording a video where I was hauling a lever dozer, kind of like the one that I hauled in the cat video I did. And all was going well. I had gone from Truckee on my way down to Vegas. Wrong gear, there we go. And then suddenly, as I pulled off the highway, okay. So, falling through the world, not fun. First time I've ever done that. And it sucked. I was in third person with the axle down, and I fell. So, alright. After I got reset, got back over there. I did another third person, thought it was just a fluke. Nope, still fell through. So then I lifted the axle, stayed in the cab. Nope, still fell through. Every time I tried to go for rescue, I crashed. So this time, in the cab, the third time, I was like, alright, I'm not going to F7 out. I will just go ahead and drop the load. So I lost $5,000 on that one. They charged me for dropping the load. And then decided to do a quick trip back to Fresno. Still crash. So here's where I'm not too clear on what the issue was. I remember hearing in the past that there was an issue with the 389 and a tag axle, and the game doesn't support it. But you know, at the time it wasn't clear on whether it was a game issue or the Pete issue, the mod itself. So I even done a quick trip. I went from Fresno to San Rafael and no issues. I made it from San Rafael over to Truckee, and then Truckee over to Vegas with no issues. So I don't know if it's just spotty, you know, certain spots cause that issue, or what the deal was, but I could not continue down that road, and it was getting really aggravating. So I said, screw it, out with the mod, and, well, not out with the mod, but out with the drop axle. And I had a whole episode talking about drop axles and what they're used for, where they're used, and how they're used, and the various laws states have. And so I'll go over some of that here with the tag axles. Now, obviously, as you can see right here, this guy I'm passing, he's got the 3 axles. This, by the way, is a Jazzy Cat trailer and cargo mod. Very nice looking mod. He's got the 3 axles on the rear, but he doesn't have one on the tractor. Not necessarily needing one there, though. That's the thing. It all depends on the states and what they have for their laws as for weight limits per axle. The place I used to work for, we had 4 train trailers, we call them. And they were trailers that had 6 to 8 axles on them. Because over in Michigan, you can carry 200 or 120,000 pounds. But you have to have the axles to disperse that. You can't have all that weight on just 2 or 3 axles. So once they came back to Indiana and Illinois, of course, they lifted those axles up. They weren't weighing 120,000 pounds either, because I believe Indiana is 80,000 pounds. I know Illinois is 80,000 pounds. So, with that all done, I must be in the hole. Yep, negative 93. Oh no, I'm in the hole because she went back for maintenance and fuel costs. So anyway, the states also have different rules on where the controls for the tag axles on the tractor can be. Now, if a tag axle is in front, if a drop axle is in front of the drive wheels, the drive tandems, then it's called a pusher. If it's behind, it's called a tag. That doesn't sound right to me, but from what I was reading, that's what they said. If I'm wrong, then let me know. But yeah, to me, I would think a pusher would be behind the drive axles and a tag would be in front. Maybe I read it wrong. I looked at it 3 times. That's how my brain read it. So maybe my brain short-circuited it for a minute. Not unheard of. It happens. But anyway, the controls also for those for lifting and lowering that axle varies by states. I believe they said in Georgia the controls for that axle have to be inside or outside the truck because they don't want you lifting them unnecessarily. Some states are okay with you know, you lifting them when you make your corners, because that's a lot of stress that you're putting on the suspension, and it'll tear it up. It'll tear up tires and everything else, and before you know it, you're sinking a lot of money into that truck for maintenance. Some states understand that, and then they allow you to keep the controls inside the tractor, inside the cab, so you can lift and lower that axle when needed. Other states, nope, you gotta leave it outside, and to hell with your suspension and your tires. If you blow a tire, too bad. But I mean, why does a driver not wanna, you know, unless he's trying to skirt, you know, paying tolls by some chance, but, you know, a driver is gonna keep that tag down if he has to have it down. I mean, it's gonna help lower the wear and tear on the drive wheels. If you've got that tag down, it's taking weight off those drive wheels and it's saving the tires. I mean, even in the video I did here, when I put the tag down and brought it back up, you could see the fenders on the rear wheels go up and down. So it was doing its job by, you know, transferring some of the weight off the drive axles. But, you know, like I said, every state's different, and it's up to the company to know those laws, you know, for those items in the states that they're going to be operating in, whether they're based out of there or not. So, I know Indiana has different rules when it comes to those. Here in Illinois, cement trucks, for example, we have both versions. The one that has the drum behind the cab, just as, you know, a stretched frame Mack or something like that, or Kenworth. And we also have the other ones that have the drum on top of the driver, basically. Now, both those versions have tag axles that fold down off the back of the truck, and they turn along with the way the driver's turning to help the vehicle navigate corners and whatnot. If you go to Wisconsin or Indiana, they don't have those rear tag axles. The axles they have are all tags underneath the chassis, underneath the trucks themselves, and the same goes for dump trucks. Dump trucks are the same way. That's probably what their rules are for up there. I don't know their rules. I don't live in those states and never had to deal with any of that stuff in those states either. So, you know, if it was something I had to be concerned about, well, then definitely I would be up to speed on those laws. But, you know, every state's different, and depending on which state you live in and which state you're going to operate in, you have to know those laws. To me, they kind of look weird, and the ones I've seen, like in Wisconsin, for example, on the dump trucks and cement trucks, the wheels aren't standard truck size wheels. They're smaller than that. They're like pickup truck tires, basically. Some of them, I believe, help you turn, but I think for the most part, they're just tag axles to help distribute the weight. Another one that couldn't find jobs. Man, I fire both of these. There are jobs left and right in the market. Lazy sacks of crap. If it wasn't for me spending so much money on this truck buying different options, I wouldn't be in a money hole right now. But this job pays $4,200, and it's just about over. So, yeah, tag axles, although I probably should have used one on that road grinder. Although I should have used one on that road grinder, did I absolutely need one? No. These trucks have enough power and the way they're set up to pull those loads, no problem. So, I keep on turning my head like the head tractor's working, but I gotta remind myself it's not. Ooh, it's an actual FedEx building? I wonder if this is one of the mods I have. I'll explain some of the mods I've made. I've made changes here. I'll explain some of those here in the next episode as well that I do. I've added the Coast to Coast, the Mex US Can, as well as the MHA Pro map. So I've made some changes here with the mods. Oh, here, this is gonna be a fun one. These little tiny trailers are such a pain in the ass because they can get away from you so fast. No, I should have. Yeah, I'm in. Okay, that'll work. Now, I don't know if you guys will notice here with these flashers on, but the way this truck is and these flashers work, the truck kind of lags every time the flasher goes. I've noticed it while I was driving, everything kind of lunges forward and then slows down, lunges forward, slows down. It's rather annoying while I'm driving along, so a lot of the times, yeah, either I'm not using the flashers because of that reason, or, you know, I just didn't think about reaching for the button to go ahead and use them. But, you know, full disclosure, it's not like I was one to always use the flashers while I was on the road either. If no one was around, then screw it, I ain't messing with it. Alright, we are in here. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't get style points here, so it'll work. But that's it for now. Sorry, this is a little bit of a short episode here, but I just wanted to get this out so I can get you guys up to date on what happened. I would have had an episode out already, but the game wasn't agreeing with me, so next one, I'll go into full detail on everything again, as well as all the mods and everything else I have done and what what I plan on doing, and we'll continue on from there. And hopefully, I have a little bit more money in my bank account. So until then, thanks for watching.